Hi, I'm Sweet Sylvanians, and I make videos about Sylvanian families, also known as Calico critters. And today I'm going to do another tier ranking video. In October, I did a ranking of the various Halloween sets from Sylvanian families. But as it's nearly Christmas, I thought it would be fun to do a similar video with all of the festive sets. There have been quite a lot over the years, and I've gathered 40 in total, and that isn't even all of them. It's a good spread from the 80s up until this year. I've also tried to give my tiers a more festive twist. So, number one is Most Wonderful Time of the Year. Then we have the Nice List. The middle is Midmas. Then sets which could be improved are on the Naughty List. And ones I don't particularly like will go in Lump of Coal. But these are just my opinions, and I may not be a fan of things which you love, and that's okay. If you disagree, I encourage you to make your own tier ranking, and this template will be available for anyone to use. It'll be linked in the description, and I'd love to see what you think as well. Right, we're going to start with the newest Christmas sets and roughly work back in time. So the newest set is this one from Japan. This is the Baby Santa's Christmas Tree House. It's a kind of play shop in the shape of a Christmas tree, and it comes with some little toys as well. Babies are Justin Caramel and Lara Alpine the Snow Leopard, and they are both dressed up in costumes. I think Lara's is a cute Santa outfit rendition. I really like this set, and you'll see it's a unique idea amongst all of the Christmas sets, so that can go in the top tier. Also new for this year in Japan is the Reindeer Baby Christmas Duo with Eve and Lewis Snowdrift. They are dressed as a Christmas tree and Santa. I do actually think the Christmas tree outfit is one of the best official costumes from Sylvanian families, although other collectors have sewn custom ones which look incredible. Overall, this isn't an overtly special or unique set, and the reindeers have been in a lot of the recent sets, so maybe they can go in the middle. The official stores sometimes do free gift promos, which are sometimes pretty substantial. So this year in the official stores is the Bear Boy Holiday Gift Set, featuring Piers Petit or possibly Aidan Osborne. They tend to use the names interchangeably. But he's in a stripy outfit with a star headpiece. I'm not sure if the greens are meant to be a Christmas tree, but either way, it's pretty cute, and I like that it comes with toys and cardboard presents. It's just that we've seen them all before in other sets which were easier to get. On the UK official store, you had to spend £85 to get him, and while I did place an order, I just didn't want to spend that much, so I didn't get him. Technically, though, he is free to get, and I think he should go in the second tier. And similarly, last year there was another free gift set with Sheep Sister Iona Dale. There's one more toy in this than the previous set with Piers or Aidan. They're also slightly different, and I do prefer these ones as they're less common. I also really like Iona's Christmas tree dress with the layered green shades. Also, her little hat too with the star is really cute. I also love the sheep, so yeah, I think this deserves to go a bit higher than the previous one in the top tier. The next set was also released in Japan last year and made it to the UK this year. It's called the Baby Christmas Collection, and it's a set of 6 babies in Christmas themed outfits. I do like some of them. Jason Osborne has a star headpiece like Piers in that free gift set, and the newborn Persian cat in the stocking is also super cute looking. I'm not as big of a fan of the Snow Rabbit newborn as it's a pretty simple costume. This set was also quite expensive at £30, and it was exclusive to the official shops, although it sold out very quickly on the UK store, so I didn't even have a chance to decide about getting it. This set can go in the middle too. I'm calling the Reindeer Lodge a Christmas set as it includes a Christmas tree in the furniture. This was released in 2022 but has stayed as Japan only. That's a shame as it means the reindeer children Robin and Neva Snowdrift are difficult to get. The two of them are cute and I like their outfits, even though they're not really festive. But I don't like that this is limited in availability and that the house is just a recolour of the Bluebell Cottage. It would have been amazing to have a unique Christmas log cabin, so I'm disappointed in this. It deserves to be lower ranked then. Naughty list. In 2022, The Happy Christmas Friends was released. This is a cute set with 1 child figure and 3 babies. I like the mixture of figures in here with huskies, a reindeer, and a polar bear. I love little Lewis Snowdrift in his gingerbread man costume, and Pauline Husky's Christmas tree outfit because it's similar to Iona Dale's. I would have loved if one of the huskies were a different family. I think the penguins had been released at this point, so that could have been cute. And I always feel like Yana Snowfluff is missing a hat. All of the rest of the figures have one, so why doesn't she? Anyway, overall, this is a good set. It can go on the nice list. So this is another of the Christmas free gift sets, and one I do own. It's got Rose Marlowe the Tuxedo Cat Girl in a patisserie set called Pastry Chef Set for Christmas. I really like her fluffy cape and hat, and underneath is a pretty white dress too. There's also a cake with decorations and a cake tin, also a Yule log which is nice and festive, but really the only thing that is. The items are also similar to this cake decorating set with Melinda cake bread, and I actually did a video comparing the two last year. I did have to spend £75 on the official store to get this set, and because it's pretty much available through the cake bread set, I think it can go on the naughty list. Then I was unsure on including these, but next I have the regular reindeer family. These were released in 2021, and while not specifically for Christmas, I feel like the babies' outfits necessitate it being included in this tier ranking. And reindeers are Christmassy to me too. Baby Eve has a green dress on, I assume to look like a Christmas tree, and Lewis wears a red romper with Santa hat. Both of these outfits are very simple and were basically revamped in the duo this year, which I think shows how basic the original outfits are. Then the parents aren't Christmassy at all to me, so for this festive ranking, they can go on the naughty list too. The Winter Carolers set is also called the White Christmas set. This is another official store exclusive and features 5 Persian cats. So we've got Sky and Lara, the two girls, in coordinating dresses and fluffy capes, and the newborn triplet babies who are just in simple wraps with little wings attached. The accessories are probably the main draw, with the snowy tree and lots of gold decorations to go on that and for the babies to hold. I do like that tree, and obviously Epoch chose to include 5 figures from the same family, but I would have loved to have seen more of a mixture of figures. That can go in the middle. Mr. Lion's Winter Sleigh was released in 2020 and features Lionel and Lawrence Grand. These figures are otherwise quite hard to get, and I love Lawrence's little elf costumes to go with his dad in the classic Father Christmas outfit. They also come with a gorgeous sleigh which has gold details and lots of presents and toys. This is what I think a Christmas set should be, and could only have been improved if it came with a tree like in this promo image. Nice list for this set. In 2020, to celebrate 35 years of Sylvanian families, Epoch created a baby costume contest in which fans could vote for the next baby duo to be released. Within this were 2 known as Christmas friends. It has Perry Buckley in a snowman costume and Eve Snowdrift as a Christmas tree yet again. This was actually before the reindeers were officially released, but they didn't win the contest so weren't released. So there's that, and the snowman outfit looks weird with the big head to me. And we've also had a better Christmas tree outfit for Eve. So this is going to go in the bottom tier because just something has to. This is the Gingerbread Playhouse, which was released in 2018. It's an adorable house which looks like a log cabin that's been decorated in icing, and there's a mini sledge too. The playhouse is pretty small inside, just enough space for the baby, but there's still lots of detail with the fireplace. The baby can also fit in the chimney like this, which is super cute. I would have loved it if Albert Marshmallow had a gingerbread outfit to match. I guess the Santa costume is a classic. Let's go with nice list for this one. Baby Sleigh Ride set is from 2016, and this has Milo Cakebread in a reindeer costume and Henry Periwinkle as Santa. The red sleigh is pretty fancy looking, definitely big enough for the 2 babies, though maybe Milo is meant to be a reindeer pulling it. There's also some presents and a sack which are good, but I feel like it would have made more sense to have an adult figure in here. Like in the lion set, the baby should be the helper. Overall, it's okay. Mid-mess. This set was a Japanese exclusive from 2015, and for this and the next few sets, we're firmly in the era of chocolate rabbits being in everything. So this firstly has Coco Chocolate, the brother, in a Santa costume, and the other figure is from the older Persian cat family. This is Nora Teak in a pretty red dress. I like the lace and holly on her little cape, but the set itself feels a little lacking. The only other pieces it comes with are cards. I think if the wreath had been fabric, it would have made this better. But middle tier for this one too. I actually own some of the pieces in this next set. It has Freya Chocolate in her Christmas dress, and was a Japanese release in 2012 and a UK release by Epoch for Christmas 2015. Freya comes with a Christmas tree with silver and gold decorations, some presents, and most excitingly, a snowman shaped like a rabbit, which they call a snow bunny. The set has some little toys in and cardboard pieces too. I love the snow bunny in this and wish Epoch had created more in different shapes for other animals. Freya's outfit isn't anything exciting, but I like the toys and a different style of Christmas tree, so this can go on the nice list. Next up is a set released in the USA and Japan in 2014. It has two babies inside with cocoa chocolate yet again. He's dressed as Santa, complete with a fluffy white beard and white sack. The set also has some toys, a fabric wreath, and a stocking, so quite a bit in this small box. I'd say this is a pretty regular set. It's similar to a lot of other ones from this era, and the toys have been reused a couple of times too. Let's say middle for that, because it does have some additional pieces alongside the figures, which is different to this set from 2013. It's also a Calico Critters release from the US and has yet another chocolate rabbit, though this time it's Freya. And she is with Honey Fox brother Buster Slidale, who is Father Christmas this time. Although I really like these foxes, and it's lovely to see them included, this set looks so empty. With a sack but no presents, it just feels a bit sad, like they forgot to include something. Because we've also had this outfit with Freya too, I'm going to put this on the naughty list, saved only from the bottom by Buster. There's a real trend of these Calico Critter sets, this one being released in 2012. Similar to the 2014 set, this has a child figure dressed as Santa along with two babies and some toys. This Santa figure is Harold Beagle, who was actually one of my very first figures. The Buckley Deer and Periwinkle Rabbit babies are lovely too. I really like all the figures in this set. Everything else is the same as the 2014 set, but I'm going to put it higher because the figures are more unusual. So, away from the US sets for a moment, this set was released in the UK by both Flair and Epoch. It's called the Christmas Party Set and has Fraser chocolate with a Christmas tree and items for a party. The Christmas tree has some interesting translucent decorations, but I think this set is let down by the table being sized for the babies and the cake not being Christmassy at all. It's just a recolour. Party hats don't really make sense to me either. I think they should be like paper crowns you get in crackers to make it more festive. So yeah, reusing items and not very Christmassy means it can go on the naughty list. So again, a Calico Critter set very similar to others. This was released in 2010 and has the Slider Fox again with two different babies, and everything else is the same. It does look cute in this promo image, but where to put this? I think middling because the babies are better in the Beagle set. And finally, something different from Calico Critters. And this is actually a really interesting set. This is a Christmas Carol duo where Father Christmas is a Bearberry child with that unique grey fur and teardrop muzzle. The girl on the left is apparently a completely unique figure. She's not a Nonohana wildflower rabbit, as her fur is a more creamy whitish colour, which is different to the peach coloured wildflowers. And I just adore her outfit. The mauve coloured coat is lovely and kind of fancy, and she also has mittens and a fluffy hat which looks so cozy. For the unique figures and lovely outfits, this can go into the top tier. This is a 2008 Japanese release called the Chocolate Rabbit Christmas Party Set. So again, this has a chocolate rabbit, Christmas tree, a table, and some food. However, it's superior to the other set for me for a few reasons. Firstly, the star on top of the tree lights up, which is a neat gimmick. Also, the table has some chairs, and it's the right height for the children and adult figures to sit at, rather than being on the floor. And finally, the food is more festive. There's a bundt cake with chocolate sauce, and a little tiered stand with a selection of snacks on, which seems fitting for a party. So, just better in lots of ways to me. And it's also the last, or I guess first, of the chocolate rabbit sets. That can go on the nice list, I think. There's a couple of sheep babies in this little duo from 2007. One is Santa with a hat but no beard, and the other is Rudolph in a reindeer costume. So both costumes we've seen lots of times now, but the reindeer was new at the time. I also think the reindeer costume is just darling, with the detail of actual sleeves and legs, rather than the sleeveless bubble rompers like in the latest set. I've also said how much I adore the sheep before, so I'm going to ignore that it's simple and put it at the top. Okay, this next set is really interesting too. It doesn't include any figures and is called the Christmas Room Interior Set. This has decorations which are all made out of fabric, including a Father Christmas costume with white satin. There are instructions on the back to show how to put the decorations up, and I've just not seen anything else like this before or since. I think it could make any house more Christmassy, and the only sad part is that the tree is just flat. For that, it can go on the nice list. So this is another Calico Critters duo. This is from 2007 as well. It's got Buster Slidell resuming his role as Santa, but alongside a cottontail rabbit child who is a caroller, I think. They're in a slightly odd white gown, but look to have a card songbook. It's similar to an early Millennium set I'll show in a moment, but overall I like these two figures, especially as they have gripping style hands. That can go nicest too. Next is a Japan release called the Santa and White Christmas set. There's lots of pieces within this, with Santa, a Christmas tree with decorations, a snowman, and some toys. I love the snowman, and the tree has a light up star, but weirdly, the tree itself is solid white. I guess if this tree was outside and coated in snow, that could happen, but the tree trunk looks so off to me. I also think it's a bit cheeky to have a cardboard stay in the packaging, but not a real one. There was another set released a year earlier which looks very similar but had a green Christmas tree, but I don't think it was worth including both of them. This one can be in the middle tier. Back to a UK set now, and one I own and got as a kid around 2006. This has an unusual figure in who looks quite pale on the box, but is actually darker like the Marmalade Bears, and he is the smaller size bear mold too. The bear is Father Christmas in this set. That also comes with a tree, though this one doesn't light up, and there are lots of toys in this set, including musical instruments. As a child, I thought this was great. In fact, I still think this set is great, and not just because of the nostalgia element. Top or second? Let's go wonderful. This Cottontail Rabbit baby duo were released in Japan in 2006 as a Sylvanian Market shop exclusive. Those are the shops that are now known as the Sylvanian Forest house stores. I like that both figures have a hat in this, and the figure on the left actually has a teeny tiny beard too, so super cute and lots of detail for baby figures. But maybe it's not the most exciting. Let's pop it in the middle. This next set is kind of different. Between 2005 and 2006, a special carry case was released to represent each month of the year with a baby figure in each, and these were exclusive to Japan. December's has a Christmas theme, and it's a Whiskers calico cat in a red romper. She doesn't have a hat, though there is a very flat looking stocking in the back there. The rest of the carry case is just card. I'm not too excited by this set, unlike the October one I showed in the Halloween tier ranking video. In fact, I'm going to put it on the naughty list for that sad stocking, unless anyone correct me and say it is functional. This set is similar to the two ones with Bear Father Christmases, only without the figure. It's shown with the walnut squirrels on the front, but they aren't included. On the back, it has a table and food too, and again, these aren't included. I believe this was the first Sylvanian Christmas set with a light up tree, but the promo image is so deceptive. It should go lower here as there aren't any figures. These two cuties were released around 2002. They're little babies attached to fluffy fabric wreaths, and these can be used as key rings or as a Christmas decoration for an actual Christmas tree. One is a green wreath wrapped in red ribbon and comes with a snow warren rabbit, and the other is a white wreath with gold ribbon and a periwinkle milk rabbit. Both the babies are in simple Christmas outfits with little red hats. I think these are adorable. They're such a unique item, and I think would look great on a tree or as a separate decoration. And I feel like the wreaths would be really soft to touch too. So I think top tier for these. For the millennium in 2000, which was also the 15th anniversary of Sylvanian Families, there were quite a few party sets released. And one of them is this Santa and Caroler duo. It's very similar to the 2007 Calico Critters set, but with Ike Mulberry the raccoon rather than the fox. Again, I like the novelty of the chorister, but it's still not that complex of a set, and I don't really have a preference between this one and the other, so they can go nicest too. Between 1998 and 2001, Sylvanian Families Japan released some Christmas themed carry cases. I've grouped these all together for ease. They all follow the same formula with a sitting baby on a Christmas rocking horse with a sack and flock teddy. There's some variation in the rocking horses, but they're pretty basic and use the same mould as other carry cases. I do like that the babies and teddies are different in each, but find them quite generic overall. So let's go mid-mess. And there were even more carry cases. These were just two releases in 1994, and both have a patches sitting dog baby with a rocking horse. They do look cute, and are obviously wearing red outfits with a Santa hat, but only a baby and rocking horse is kind of boring, and the patches are actually in other sets too. So I'm going to go lump of coal for these. Another decoration now with this little wreath with a catwood baby attached. This was another Japanese exclusive from 1993, but I don't particularly like it. The fuzzy wreaths had Sylvanian ribbon on, whereas this one is more generic ribbon and decorations, and it almost seems like they've just plopped a Sylvanian baby on a random wreath. And that also looks like it'd be scratchy, like the texture of old artificial trees, and that can also come apart a bit. So I think it's going to have to be bottom tier for this one too. In 1992, Tomy released two sets called Baby's First Christmas into the UK range. These are pairs of the ivory catwood cats and ivory patches dogs, and both are a combination of the sitting and crawling babies, of course, all wearing Santa hats. These also included some toys or accessories in the classic dark green Tomy plastic, which is super sweet, but compared to the modern sets, they're a bit lacking. I think mid-miss for this. And again, under Tomy, there were a few sets with Taylor Timbertop the Bear Father and also other Bear Family fathers. This particular one was from 1992. There was another in 1991, and a couple of Japanese editions around the same time period too. These feel so classic to me, and Taylor is the ultimate Father Christmas because he actually has a rooted beard which is attached to his face. He also has a sack and some toys to give out, which is great. And yeah, top tier for nostalgia for me. Though that is kind of funny because it was actually released before I was born. And the final set I'm including is this Baby Santa trio from the late 80s in Japan. It's a cute trio of some older babies, though they looked a bit trapped in the box with the fake snow. Pom-poms on their clothes are adorable, but I do think a bit of variation in the costumes would have been nice. I guess it's not really fair to compare this to the modern sets, but it is going to go in the naughty list because I don't have the same nostalgic feeling towards these particular babies. So that is everything I have for this tier ranking. There have also been lots of extra smaller items, but I wanted to limit this ranking to just sets because otherwise it would have been even longer than this video already is. So there's little things like badges and Japanese decorations which are similar to other sets, and there's lots of single babies in costumes, some of which are pretty simple like these bells or just red fluffy capes. And I enjoy the ones that look like Christmas trees, such as Emmerdale the sheep baby from this year. But for the sets I am including, this is my final ranking. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments, and the template to this tier ranking will be linked in the description for you to create your own version if you want to as well. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope you have a very Merry Christmas or a peaceful time at the end of the year. If you like Sylvanian Families content, then subscribe to my channel as I post about everything Sylvanian, and we'll have lots of exciting things in 2025 for the 40th anniversary of Sylvanian Families.